What's up guys, JV2017 here, and it's been a while since I've done a vlog. I decided, since we're all kind of just waiting for Wasteland Workshop to come out, I'd fire up the old webcam and give you guys an old-fashioned vlog, because I've got some exciting things to share with you all, and I hope you all are excited as well. So, first and foremost, I'm very lucky to have been invited to Insomniac Games in Burbank, California to check out some games. It's a really cool opportunity, something I've never have happened to me before, and the way it happened is that I reached out to their studio. If you're not familiar with Insomniac, they made Ratchet & Clank, and Ratchet & Clank is like a childhood favorite game of mine. I love Ratchet & Clank. I'm going to be seeing the movie. So I reached out for a review code, and they sent me one, asked me some information if I'd be willing to travel, something like that. So they got me a review code and then just emailed me the other day and said, hey, do you want to attend this event? We'll fly you out to Burbank and do all this. And so that's what I'm going to do. It's really exciting. I'm going to share some of that with you. I'll have some kind of really cool content. The embargo, I think, lifts on the following Monday. So that's going to be next Friday when I'm going to go out of town and do that. It's just going to be like a 1 to 2 day trip, but it's very exciting, and I can't wait for that. So I will have a review for Ratchet & Clank here on the channel on April 11th. That's when the embargo lifts. I think that's also that Monday. So there'll be some interesting kind of content on Monday. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. So once again at the event, I'm going to be seeing 5 games, and 2 to 3 of them are VR games. And so that's really exciting for me because I've never messed with like VR with, I think called the Vive and the Oculus Rift. Those are the 2 big ones out right now. I haven't messed with those at all. I don't know how they play or anything. So this is my first experience with VR. It's going to be really awesome. So I'll be able to share that with you guys in some capacity, I hope. So at the end of this trip, I'm sure this will end up with me buying a VR, I guess, are they consoles? I don't even know. Headsets, something like that. The equivalent for the VR for either one. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'm sure this trip will end with me going out and doing that. So it's going to be a really fun experience, and stay tuned on the channel Monday for a lot of stuff from that. Maybe I'll vlog as well if that's something you guys would like to see. Let me know about that. Also, I am 95% sure that I will also be going to E3 this year in June. So this is a really incredible opportunity that was offered to me by a colleague, I guess you could say a friend, who's helping me with the travel arrangements and got all that figured out, which is very, very awesome. I just need the confirmation from E3, the company that runs E3 themselves, to get a media badge. So I'm still waiting on that, but I'm like 95% sure. They've told me, I've talked to them on the phone, they're like, yeah, you're fine with your, the qualifications that they have. So that's going to be really awesome. And that also means there's an opportunity for a possible meet and greet in LA. So if you guys live on the West Coast, kind of around that area, that'd be a really cool opportunity for me to meet some of you guys. So I'll let you know more about that. It's going to be really cool because it's going to give me an opportunity to meet a lot of my fellow YouTubers, which I haven't done a lot of. And so that'll allow me to branch out. It's a really good networking opportunity. And also I'll get to meet Mr. Matty. Mr. Matty Plays, of course, my fellow Fallout YouTuber over on his channel. He's also going to E3, so I will be able to meet up with him, and maybe we'll do some kind of joint meet and greet. So I'll kind of, let you guys know on that on Twitter and here on the channel, of course, but it's really exciting. I can't wait to meet him, and, I can't wait to go. It's a great place to network. It's a great place to check out some really cool new games, and of course I can share all of that with you guys. And so I'm really excited for that. I'll let you know more information on that when it becomes available. So that's really what's going on there. In the past week, I've been playing a lot of Ratchet & Clank. Again, I'll have a review up for that, and really just been playing all kinds of games. There's so many games coming out right now, and that kind of brings me to content in general here on the channel. And so this was something I tried to do back when The Division came out, but I wasn't seeing kind of the viewership that I was expecting, so I decided not to. But I decided to go ahead and do this, and I think this year my goal is to really kind of diversify content here on the channel. And I don't know what that will really come in the form of. Definitely reviews, because I'm at a point where I can, talk to companies, talk to their PR people, and request review codes like a lot of other channels. And so that's going to be something that's going to be coming to the channel. I'll give you guys my thoughts on games and whatnot in more of a formal format. I guess my tips and tricks are formal, but you guys get the point. And also, something I've always wanted to do is some kind of gaming news show. This is something I talked about on my Twitter a few weeks ago, and a lot of people were for it, but of course there are a lot less people on my Twitter. But I like to talk about what's going on with games and, the industry as a whole, just kind of in a news capacity. And so I don't want it to be something where I just force this down you guys' throats. But let me know if that's something you would be interested in, or maybe just something I did in the past called Commentator Soapbox, where I would just talk about something that, you know, deserves a long form conversation and something that creates a conversation in the comments below. I kind of like that kind of content. I like making it. So I want to diversify content on the channel this year, not so much tips and tricks, but other forms of video game related videos. So let me know what you guys would be interested in. Really, I would like to know what you guys would watch, because that's important to me. So really a goal is to incorporate more than just Fallout 4. That's kind of the point of it, because, you know, the reality is that I play a lot more than just Fallout 4, although that's all you see on my channel. And that's a big reason why my channel has, you know, had the success it has had in the past 5 months. So I recognize and I'm willing to undertake the fact that it will be a bumpy transition. I mean, obviously, if I post other videos and people aren't interested, they're not going to get the views. It'll be bumpy in terms of viewership, but I think it's necessary in the long run, because Fallout 4 is a huge game, and while I've covered it almost daily for the past 5 to 6 months, you know, there is a point where I will need to move on, and it's not anytime soon. It's just that I need to be prepared for that personally, because, you know, I live on my own. I, you know, do YouTube to pay my bills and whatnot. That's just kind of how it is. And so I'm hoping to start with 2 new types of content videos per week. Maybe not now, probably after when school is done, so in about a month. So this is kind of, you know, off in the distance, but I'm still planning on it. I'm eventually working towards 3 videos a week that are not, you know, necessarily Fallout related, but you know, I make 7 videos per week. That's pretty much what I aim for. I think I get about 6.5 a week. There's some weeks where I can't get a video in one day, but you know, the fact is that it's still majority Fallout here. That's what it will be for a while, for the foreseeable future for me. You know, we've got 2 DLCs coming up with Wasteland Workshop. New survival mode will come out for everyone, not just people on PC with a beta, and also Far Harbor. So, and then future DLC. So Fallout 4 still absolutely has a place here on the channel. It's just that it will diversify, and that's something that we'll have to go through some growing pains with. You know, there's plenty to still talk about with Fallout, so don't really be worried about that. And also, I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, but it's important to note that my content in general for Fallout has shifted. And it's because I don't think there's a lot much more to talk about in terms of tips and tricks unless we get new content. So we are getting new content, so you'll see new tips and tricks for that. But as far as the vanilla game and what we've already been playing for 5 to 6 months, it's hard to make tips and tricks videos for a game that's been out for 6 months, that you've been doing that for like almost daily for this entire time. And so I've seen a lot of people telling me, you know, where are the tips and tricks? I just don't know what else to make in terms of tips and tricks unless we've got some new content that kind of puts things in a different perspective, if that makes sense. So my content has shifted more towards letting you guys know what's going on with Bethesda and them, you know, releasing Fallout related stuff. But it's really just focused on Fallout, because that is, you know, my passion, something I really care about. So anyways, guys, this seems like just a natural progression. I'm sure some of you are a little bummed out about that, but it makes sense to me. That's kind of the direction it has been heading in, but there will still be tips and tricks for this new content that's coming out. And some of you probably are wondering about streaming. Something that I tried to do in the past was Twitch and streaming, and I want to return to that during the summer, but I don't know in what capacity and how often that will be. So really, I have no clue. I just want to say stay tuned for that if you're wondering about that and all of those things. So this was a lot of ranting and rambling. I just want to share some exciting announcements and news with you guys. Get ready for a very packed next few weeks. It's going to be crazy, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff with you guys. So I hope you all are excited, and just look forward to more Fallout 4 videos and some new diversified content coming very soon on the channel. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all next time. Peace.